the 17th.
Really?
October 17th, marijuana is going to be legalized?
Yeah.
Is it?
Recreational.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I just saw a store just as we were driving by that's open.
Yeah, there's lots of them there. A few of them are selling it now. The police are closing them down, but really it's if they charge them, it's going to get thrown out in November anyway. So,
So people are doing it now.
But it's October, you said that's when it's going to take place?
it is, yes, the 17th, I believe.
Yeah, it's slowly in the United States, the states are slowly kind of legalizing it. We're from Washington State, and they legalized it several years ago. Yeah,
Okay.
it's brought in a lot of money, so it's I don't think they're ever going to reverse it because the state of Washington's making a lot of money off of it.
Yeah, well, that's why one of the reasons the Canadian government is too. And plus, our Prime Minister wants the votes. We've got a general election next in 2019 in the fall.
Now, you say you don't have presidents, you have a prime minister?
Yes, we do.
Who's that?
Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, Justin Trudeau. Yeah.
Now, his father was Prime Minister about 20 years ago now, back in the 70s. And they're not much different. Pierre, his father, didn't like the West, didn't like the oil. So they tried to impose taxes on us back then, and Trudeau's doing the same thing now, the son.
And so what does he think of our president?
Trump.
Well, he probably didn't know this, but Trudeau insulted Trump before he even became president.
Oh, no.
Didn't get off to a good start then.
What did he say?
Oh, just something about that Trump was doing, because he's a liberal and he's a Democrat, you know. They believe in the same politics, basically. Just recently, you're probably aware that Saudi Arabia and other Muslim countries don't treat their women very fair, or the gays and lesbians, and there were 3 female activists who got arrested in Saudi Arabia a couple of months ago, and one's family are Canadian citizens. So Trudeau sent a tweet to the Saudi Arabian government demanding that they release these 3 activists. And of course, the Saudi Arabians didn't take that very kindly at all. So immediately they gave instructions to pull all investment funds out of Canada immediately, and it doesn't matter what the cost was.
Wow.
And then also they have 15,000 students going to at various universities right across the country, all on government grants from Saudi. And they said, get home here within a month.
Gee.
All those students are heading home. And probably the worst part out of it is, well, they're not going to, we don't know what's going to happen. Their education will be the worst, but for Canada, there was 1,100 in the medical profession being trained and doing interns at various hospitals across the country. And they'll be gone now, and they say that our medical system is going to start suffering because you can't lose 1,100 people like that and not feel the strain.
Wow.
And then after this is all happening, Trudeau figures, geez, I'm in trouble now. I'm going to ask the States and Britain to mediate talks and get us back together. Well, you know what Trump did? It's just no. And then Britain has got more ties with Muslim countries than probably any other country in the world. So they said, no, you're on your own.
Wow. So what's the ties between Canada and England now? Because I know the Queen, it's more of a
figurehead.
The figurehead, so she still comes over and you guys, it's still...
pay the big dollars to protect her and put on a big...
So you guys still send money to England, or...?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we have a lieutenant government, and every province has their own lieutenant government, and all they are is a figurehead and a liaison with the monarchy, but they really don't do anything. Well, on the left-hand side here we have Elk Lake. Now it's a freshwater lake,
It's called Elk Lake?
Yeah, ELK.
Oh, okay.
And because of the mild climate, it never freezes over in the wintertime.
Really? Is that right?
So our
Big lake.
it is, yes. Our Canadian Olympic rowing team practices on it year round,
No.
and it's been paying off.
Oh, that's big.
It is, yeah.
It's paying off for the rowing team. I was reading last night that a gal from the university here and another one from Vancouver won first place at the World Championships.
Wow.
And it happened yesterday or the 15th.
Oh,
Elk Lake.
And it's also one of the only lakes in Canada that doesn't freeze over. Because every other province is so cold, they all freeze over.
Petro.
Yeah, your weather's got to be like Seattle pretty much, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, we get snow maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah.
We had it last year, a couple inches on December the 24th.
Yeah, we got snow on Christmas time too, yeah.
December,
Oh,
yeah.
did ya?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Then it melted on the 26th.
Yeah, we had a white Christmas.
It's a good thing it does melt too, because people out here, even if they have ever driven in snowy conditions, they forget so fast.
Yeah.
You don't know how to drive.
Is Theresa May from Canada?
She's from the States actually,
Theresa May.
but she's the Green Party national leader,
Oh, from the States.
and they live in BC now.
She lives in BC?
Yeah.
Have school started already here?
Yes, it started after the Labor Day weekend, which was October the 4th. Both school and university is all back in now. How about for you folks in Seattle?
Yeah, they started right after Labor Day for the most time, yeah. Some of the schools started just the week before, and then other ones started right afterwards. So
Okay.
they're now fully going.
Ooh, wine route.
Now we have some farmland over on the right.
Do you take people on wine tours?
Yes, we do. Yeah, we have one vineyard just out here, and then about an hour drive from here, there's another 12 or so.
But those are popular.
Yes, they are.
Big business. You could take a case of wine with you.
Yeah.
They let that aboard ship? Oh, they won't.
Yeah, they store it for you. They wouldn't let you.
Oh. Popped?
No,
Off the bat.
no. I had my C-Pass in here. It's gone.
She
You lost your seat pass, oh, brother Mariah.
Can't get aboard ship.
Well, you have to stay here then.
Now, did they give you much information about the Butchart Gardens on your boat or anything?
They gave little snippets, not a whole lot.
Okay. Well, in 1904, Jenny and Robert Butchart were moving here from Ontario. And before they came out here, they went to Scotland, where they acquired the rights to make Portland cement. Now, the main ingredient in Portland cement is limestone. So they searched all through Canada for the best limestone deposits and found them at the present location. So they started doing that, and they really hadn't developed much of a market until the earthquake and fire in San Francisco in 1906. A lot of the structures that burnt down there were wood, so a lot of people who wanted to rebuild said they're not going to build with timber anymore, they're going to go with brick, stone, and cement. So that was their market now, and they have their own marina, and they started shipping bags of cement on the barges down to San Francisco.
Wow, so San Francisco, a lot of the buildings came from Vancouver or Victoria.
Yeah, the cement.
Wow.
Yeah, the Portland cement did.
Huh.
And then the limestone deposit started running out. So during that time, Jenny had visions of what a garden would look like. And so she slowly started planting some flowers and a few more every year. And then they started hauling topsoil in 1912 by horse and cart. And then they really started getting serious about it and started charging. Now, Victoria is very close to the monarchy, closer than any other city in Canada. And a habit of Brett's is that they drink tea every afternoon at 3 o'clock. So Jenny would serve tea every afternoon at 3 o'clock. And when their grandson turned 21 years old, he was gifted the gardens. And he was responsible for bringing in the Japanese gardener that did the Japanese garden. And then he was also responsible for the Italian garden. And Bouchards are Italian, so the Italian garden is very, very beautiful. And then also he did the sunken garden. And then the next 20, 30 years, another family member took over and did a bunch more improvements to it. I'll just break from that for a minute. And on the left-hand side, across the corner, here we have a butterfly garden.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that.
And it's you can go in there, and the butterflies will either land on you or fly around you. And then just beyond that, we have a vineyard.
Oh. So you say Butchart Gardens is like the #1 attraction?
It is, yes. They get over 1 million visitors a year. And TripAdvisor named them the #8 in the world.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite a hunter to get.
Yes, it is. Now, part of that is the other part of the trip is that they land in Vancouver, bring a ferry over, and then they spend the day at the gardens. But the gardens is the most.
Are these bales of hay here?
Yes, they are.
Are they wrapped up in plastic?
Huh.
Yeah, for 2 reasons. One is to keep the moisture off, and the other one is to keep the deer from eating them.
Oh,
There's
dear.
a lot of deer out here.
I wonder how they do that. What's that machine?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all part of the baler. Now,
Yeah.
this road we're driving on here, you'll notice it's different in the middle and the outside, and that's because the middle is Portland cement that the Bouchards made way back in the day.
So which one is?
The center part is
center
the
part,
cement.
oh, okay.
Yeah. And the government had to widen it, and that's the pavement on the right-hand side.
What was that?
a road.
Do what with the road?
Portland cement from the Bouchard factory.
Oh.
Lasted a long time.
Yeah.
We were grandma.
So today it sits on 55 acres. They have over 900 different varieties of plants. They have 26 greenhouses, and they employ 50 full-time gardeners.
Ooh.
That's huge.
A lot of gardeners.
That didn't happen overnight.
No, it didn't.
Years and years of work.
Yeah, when they do their spring planting, they employ up to 500 part-time staff.
Is that 500?
Yeah, and they have over 1 million plants that they'll work with every year.
That's an army.
Yeah, it is. And they stay open year-round, and they put in a skating rink in December.
No, ice skating rink at the Butchart Gardens?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Open the year round. What is there to see in the wintertime?
Well, they have the skating rink, And they still have some of their more hardy perennials that would be year-round.
You get a lot of snow here?
Not much at all.
That's a big house.
They're 100 years old, and Canada has designated them a National Historic Site. And it's still owned by the Bouchard family, descendants of.
Oh, yeah. Ta-da.
We have arrived.
Number 8 wonder of the world. It's right here. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yep, that's what travel
Yeah, TripAdvisor.
TripAdvisor.
8th wonder of the world.
Yeah, Niagara Falls on the Canadian side are the 7th. And those are the only 2 Canadian ones that made the top 10.
Oh.
Good morning. Yes, Ann.
What'd she say?
Dropping off.
Oh.
It's just a term, a figure of speech. I'm not really going to leave you guys out here.
See you later.
I thought you were going to abandon
Don't
us.
abandon us.
But you must know her because you called her by her name. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you know her?
yeah, we're out here quite often.
At least it's not raining.
Yeah, the weather actually turned out to be pretty
Clearing
nice.
up.
Yeah.
This morning it was pouring down rain when the ship was coming in.
Yeah, that's a big thing out here. Yeah. This is was it a stone quarry?
Limestone.
Limestone quarry originally.
Yeah.
They kept digging.
Yeah, and that's where a lot of limestone came out of the sunken garden.
Do they have hot springs? Look at that, it's a British car.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's like
The
Mr.
Queen.
Bean's.
Oh,
Prince Harry.
yeah.
Look at all these foreign license plates.
You're
gonna have tea? Have a tea room?